The article I chose for my current event was from the EPA and the New York Times saying allowing fracking chemicals despite worries. The main place that I got the first article was from the Denver Post, where they were talking about how in Colorado, anybody who's fracks does not have to give up any of the chemicals that go into their fracking, but in California they do. Hydraulic fracking is basically where a mining corporation who needs to get something out of the ground will put into the ground through a well a bunch of sand and water and some other chemicals, which will allow big, huge fractures to happen in the well, open up the soil, and then they'll be able to extract all of the other stuff that they want out of there. It could be natural gas, it could be oil, it could be water, any type of thing that is desired by the mining corporation. The majority of the fracking fluid is sand and water, but there is the use of other chemicals. The compounds that they're called are forever chemicals. They can be linked to cancer. They may take hundreds or even thousands of years to break down in the environment, and they persist in the human body, causing a lot of health problems. One of the main points of the article was that according to the internal documents from the EPA, in 2011, they approved the use of these chemicals to ease the flow from the ground of whatever the company was mining for, even though they had concerns about the toxicity of the chemicals. The most recent article to support this was from the EPA. It was in Scientific American, and it said that while the EPA is trying to hold more polluters accountable, right now the regulations still are not on the mining corporations. They're on industry and making sure that the water quality is taken care of on a national level. It would have to be based on the taxpayer's expense. The takeaway or reflection that I have on the two articles are that the EPA regulations mention drinking water and industry, while the regulations don't affect mining and or drilling, especially in Colorado. In Colorado, fracking and drilling can happen on public and private lands without disclosure of what chemicals are being used, while in California, you have to disclose what chemicals are being used. It seems that the regulations are not consistent across states.